Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. Okay, it's time to black out some of your everyday carry stuff. Sometimes I like to do themed carries because it makes me feel good, makes me feel nice. It's specifically, we got to talk about this new drop announced at SHOT Show. This is the Streamlight Polytac 1X. This is a fantastic everyday carry, semi-tactical, very tactical actually. 500 lumen flashlight. You may laugh at yourself and say X 500 lumens. Yeah, right. Telling you, the beam on this is such a well done beam. Look over my shoulder there. It's so good on that 500 lumens. It's 10 tap programmable, but this is probably the only 500 lumen flashlight I've ever owned where I'm comfortable with using the strobe mode. For instance, this is the Woobin G5. This one is a 400 lumen flashlight, and it just feels like a completely different type of light when you think about it. So if I shine the Woobin behind me, yeah, I'm getting a nice floody light. But when you take the look at the emitter on this Polytac, look at that. Just a much more focused beam. It's a lot easier to use. I think it makes a lot of sense. It's super well built. And to get that max output for a long a period of time, you're going to want to make sure that you buy the version that has the SL B9 batteries that Streamlight makes. Now these have the higher output, but let's just say, for instance, you can't afford that model, or you don't have any of these batteries lying around. You can use the very common, the CR123As, which are not just made by Streamlight, they're made by a lot of companies. If you do that, you won't get the same output. Okay, you're not going to get the same high 500 lumen. So you can already see that the lumen output is lower when I put that battery in here, but you're still gonna have a functional flashlight. You can also throw a AA battery in here in a pinch if you really needed to. So a triple use case when it comes to this flashlight. If I have the one that comes with the BO9, whatever. I like also that the pocket clip is completely melted in place with a couple of screws. So there is no this thing moving around in your pocket. Every time you pull it out, you're gonna have muscle memory to be able to touch that tail switch. It's also 10 tap programmable, meaning if I tap this thing 10 times, 7, 8, 9, 10, then I can change this from coming on high, which I have it right now, to come on low, whatever I want to do. So I love that technology that they come out with. These are some really good flashlights. I think that they are incredibly well built. You can run over this with your truck. You can throw this from like the third story of a building or something like that. It's going to be a-okay. This is definitely slated as someone that's duty or just wants the ultimate durability when it comes to an everyday carry flashlight. So we got to talk about today's video sponsor, which is their C5 Tactical. I just love this watch. If you don't want it to be so PVD coated and tactical like, you can also get the Recon version of this with the C5 Recon. Same 316 stainless steel, still assembled in the USA. It's just not PVD coated. But I love the blackout look. It's a reason why this is their #1 selling watch on their website. So well done. The quartz movement is great. Solar power. Both of these are solar powered, meaning 6 hours of sunlight get you 6 months of reserve time on these bad boys. You have the date on here, big, beautiful watch face, 40 millimeters. It comes with 2 watch straps. I'm telling you, it brings me a lot of joy to not wear a smartwatch anymore, just because I have this and soon to be my soon to come Fitbit by Google. So both of these combined are going to keep me from being tethered to notifications chiming on my wrist all of my days in my life. You're going to really like the durability of this with this 2-year waterproof guarantee and its lockdown screw down crown. And I really like this watch. Shout out to Vera for sponsoring today's video. And of course, for the blackout methodology, that 100% gets the job done. We got to talk about the key bar key system. This is a titanium crosshatch pattern on this particular model for key bar. This one, I don't know if they make this one anymore. I'll try to link any of this stuff up down below if I find something similar or close to it or whatever. I like how streamlined this is. For the very long time, literally last 6 months, I have been carrying the Orbit key system, and I like this. But I forgot how much I like the feel of cold metal, the feel of having a pocket clip, and just how good this looks compared to no one else really normally has this in their pocket. You're able to put several keys in here. I even have a USB-C reader in here to log into like my Gmail account so no one can hack my YouTube account. You got to have a physical reader with you. All my keys, front door, tonneau cover, mailbox, storage unit, everything ready to rock and roll. Then I also have the key bar magnet, which is how I connect this key system to the rest of my keys, my key fob and my truck keys, because I don't like carrying all that together. It's very, very clunky. So you may wonder to yourself, X, it took you forever to get to the knife. And it makes sense. I got to tell you, this is a banger. It's expensive, okay? And I would say that I believe there are at least 10 items, 10 gear or survival items that are going to get more expensive, especially as we approach the summer. That'll be a future video. So make sure you get subscribed to the channel so you can think my thoughts on why some of these items are going to continue to rise in price. The Benchmade bailout with the carbon fiber scales, the S90V blade steel, fantastic knife, especially if you're going to be doing some type of cuts where you want to just use the shape of this blade. It's just really, really good. I love the way this works. I like the fact that the bailout is slowly but surely getting rid of the rear glass breaker and give me the lanyard hole. I'm okay with it, but I don't need that rear glass breaker. I like the way this thing fits out. I love the accents with the bronze on here throughout. It just looks fantastic. That's why I had to pair this with another made in America goodness. This is the Buck Scout. Now, the Buck Scout is a part of their new series that they just dropped. This one, it cost you less than $100. So you're like, X, I still want to get that blackout goodness, but you know, the price of that Benchmade doesn't work for me. You can check this out. It's going to come with the Glass Force ring, the FRN scales, and you're also going to get a very capable blade steel of 420 HC, but it's heat treated by Buck, so it's going to be really, really well done. Still has a pretty decent grip. I'm thinking of adding a lanyard because my pinky doesn't 100% comfortably land on this. But one thing I have added onto this is an Alti clip because this is very pocket friendly. So adding an Alti clip on here just makes sense because you can throw this in your back rear pocket if you're in like a pants to have like that magazine pocket. Or you can throw it in your front pocket. Both of them work. I like this a lot. I don't carry it every day though. That's why it's kind of sitting off to the side. But what I do carry every single day in this blackout kit has to be the A10 series of wallet by Dango. Now I got this with the walnut accents. Okay, I do have a G10 version of this, but I like that walnut as a pop. It kind of goes with the bronze on the different things here when it comes to the key bar and the Benchmade. This looks really, really good. I like this wallet a lot. Okay, so my 4 most used cards are back here. I think I probably can get 6 back here, but my most used cards are very here in the back in this pool area. And then on the side, I can slide out cards that I don't use as often. So I usually keep business cards back here, Costco cards, stuff like that. And or I could actually expose those cards and to show my driver's license or whatever I need to right here. So right here, you can see I can have that and also keep cash right here. So both of those really work out just in case I want to be able to grab this on the fly. And this is a very small, petite footprint. It looks a little bit bigger than it is, but to get something made in America wallet-wise, can usually be pretty pricey. I think this comes in at a reasonable price point, and you should definitely check this out as well. Montana Knife Company has been killing it lately, and they just announced their first folding knife is going to be launching in June. I'm really hoping to get my hands on that. They're calling it the EDC Knife Perfected. The pocket folding knife perfected. So I'm expecting magna cut. I'm expecting very well done G10 or some type of really good composite material. I'm expecting just fantastic action, just like I get here on this Zippo with the Montana Knife Bison on the front of here. They have the Bison, they have the Ghost, they have all the different versions as well. But they just recently opened up their location where you can shop storefront. It just looks really good, very petite. You got to check that out as well. Now listen, we're talking about American-made goodness for a lot of this stuff here. Everything that I've shown you so far is assembled or made in America. I don't know about this Streamlight. I think this one still might be made overseas, but everything else, literally everything else that I've shown you so far is assembled or made in America. So it's the Made in America blacked out kit, okay? That includes the Leatherman Art Obsidian. Wish they would do a longer run on this. I heard they only did about 500 to 1,000 units of this. Looks really good. It's small, petite, has really good accents. It has that free opening technology, so it's easy for you to just pop open, use, close. I like it. When I got this, okay, the pricing made sense. I got it for $239. I bought it on the base website. It came with the multi-tool, a black leather sheath, and an entire fit bit or an entire Leatherman bit kit. That actually seems like a pretty good deal to me because a bit kit can be between $25 and $40. If you don't catch it on sale, it's about $40. The sheath, the leather sheath can be between $35 and $50, especially the black one's even harder to get. So, I mean, right there, if you're getting those full retail price, that's like $70. So you're getting this below the Wave Alpha's price right now. They stopped making this one, and now when you buy the ARC, you don't get the sheath and you don't get the bit kit. Doesn't feel worth it to me. But even if you want to get this and you don't want to carry a knife, the Magna Cut blade on this knife is for someone who doesn't normally carry a knife. So you may be wondering, who the hell buys a Leatherman ARC? Leatherman ARC is for someone that likes the free technology. You want to access every single one of your tools while the multi-tool is closed, and you 100% like the concept of the free technology. So you can keep your hand on the workpiece. You can open this thing up. You can open it and begin to immediately start using the pliers. That's the whole concept behind this. Love this a lot. Hopefully they come out with another run of the Obsidian, because it looks damn good. And sometimes I don't necessarily carry this in a pocket. It's a little bit too big for that. But in the cab of my truck, I have been rocking the new Nikkor P27 IX. This is highly rated with YouTube reviews, and people have been checking this out. I'm going to tell you why I think this flashlight may not be ready for showtime in a full review. So make sure you get subscribed so you can learn about that as well. But hey, listen, you do have a fast access button, which gets you instant access to turbo mode, or actually this is the lumen shield mode, 5,000 lumen strobe warning. Push this down, you get strobe on there as well. You also get access with this button back here, which can get you turbo mode, and get you low, medium, high, etc. By just tapping the back of here, you can switch through those different settings in the front. You have a battery indicator in the front, an output indicator up here. So it's just a really well done design. A few things about it I'm not a big fan of, although this door, this USB-C door is stainless steel. These buttons are stainless steel. The pocket clip is stainless steel. I would much rather have a hidden USB-C port. A lot of these 27100 batteries are starting to have when you unswivel the head of it, that's where the USB-C port is. I would like something like that. And then I kind of wish that this thing had the ability to stand up on its own. That's kind of user preference. You're going to know you don't get that out the box. But the biggest thing I don't like has to probably be the lanyard situation. They wanted to give you a lanyard with a USB-C cable built in. Good idea. But the reason you have lanyards on flashlights for the most part is so that you can wear them around your wrist. Okay? So you can put the lanyard around your wrist. You can tighten this up. Because when you're on duty, sometimes you just let the flashlight hang while you're walking, and then you get used to it. You flip it up. You can do your little duty thing or whatever. That's why a lot of times, so you have your hand free so that you can manipulate something. That's why you oftentimes have lanyards on flashlights. And also it's easier to grab. It's easier to retain, stuff like that. With this specific lanyard, it does make it a little bit more difficult to do that because you can't fit this around your wrist. So you're really just kind of like letting it hang from your finger or something like that. But we'll talk about that on the full review because there's a couple of other quirky things about it. A lot of good things about it, but we'll take a look at that when it comes down the line. What do you think when it's all blacked out? Made mostly in America. That Nikkor is not made in America, but this is the type of shit that I like to do as well. Curate stuff that makes me feel good inside. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.